everyone! Welcome to my series where I talk about all the books that I've read during 2020. When I saw that this one was on the docket, it made me hurt. Because this is a book that I actually had started way back. Probably, I want to say like September, October area. And I had to put it down because of some of the issues that I have with it. And that is A Fairy of Golden Bones by Hailey Turner. I think that's... Oh, A Fairy of Bones and Gold by Hailey Turner. I always get those two mixed up. Okay. This book plays to some of my strengths. It's got werewolves, it's got urban fantasy, it's got mages, it's got, of course, male-on-male romance, it's got magic system that is incredibly intricate. Why didn't I like this book? Sitting at about 100k plus words. Oh, and you feel every single one of those words. Okay. First, let's get the good parts out of it. One, I really love Jono. Jono, this story is about a man named Patrick who is a mage, part of a kind of a clandestine government agency that handles magical creatures and things going on in the world. Patrick is a mage, and he used to be one of the top people in the military's part of the Mage Corps. But the problem is that something happened during what was called the 100-day or the 30-day war, basically dealing with a sect called the Dominion and a whole bunch of demons. A lot of information. But basically, he's lost the ability to, tap ley lines. He can't increase his power because all the magic is based around a person's soul and the strength of the soul. Well, his soul has been irreparably damaged. So he is not as strong as he used to be. Then, going into my favorite character, Jono, who is what's called a God Pack werewolf. Basically, he's like top tier werewolf, but he has no pack, even though he's technically classified as a God tier version. And his pack basically consists of other mythical creatures that are also werewolves, just part of their own pact. And Patrick is basically asked to save the god Zeus, who has gone missing. And the reason that I'm having so much trouble kind of getting a plot out, because it is so thick of a story. And if you love high fantasy, I highly recommend this one. Even though it's urban fantasy, it feels like a high fantasy. There's so much information being thrown out at you at every turn, which is probably the biggest problem that I had with it. But the few things that I did like, one, Jono, because honestly, dude has a British accent in the audiobook, and that was just the best thing to hear every time he spoke. Two, he was just hilarious. And three, I love that Patrick is kind of a brat. Even though there are times when his brattiness got on my last nerve, it was still entertaining to see him kind of be bratty and then be put in his place. That, and Patrick's a redhead, so it's quite interesting to see. But the reasons that I did not like this, I ended up giving it 3 stars, which does kind of hurt. I gave it 3 stars because, one, the world building felt all over the place when it was actually being put into play. There are info dumps everywhere. So much information being thrown out at you, and information that I felt could have been better suited for the beginning were kept all the way until the freaking end of the story. I feel like this should have been told earlier. Especially private information about Patrick that would have given context to why he was so passionate about certain things. There was just so much information left to the very end that it bogged it down for me. I actually had to take several breaks in between this because I just could not get myself into the mode of listening to it for too long. The other thing I didn't like about it was it kind of felt like, okay, I know that right now she just published book 4, or she's publishing book 4 currently, and she's working on book 5. Part of me feels like this was written as if she had no plans for multiple books. I don't know. It might just be me because of how much information is given out about the world. I feel like a lot of that could have been spread out over more books. So I don't know if that's just me or if something happened in the interim. I don't know. But I liked, what kept me coming back was Hailey Turner's way of writing. And it's actually the reason that I started on a different series of hers, the Metahuman Files. And honestly, that one does have some info dumping, but not as bad as A Ferry of Bones and Gold. And honestly, I think I might enjoy the Metahumans Files better than this one. I do still have book 2, All Souls Near and Nigh. I might listen to that one. I might. Because everyone who has read the series is like in love with it. And I could see myself loving it, but if it's more of this stuff, I can't. I'm going to put it on hold for now, because there's other books I want to read that are in front of it, and we'll just see what happens. Because, woo, boy, this was a long one. This was a very long one. Like, just based off the Goodreads page, it says it's 409 pages. I normally don't read books that are more than maybe 250 to 300 max. This one, I felt every single one of those pages. But, again, love Hailey. She's a great person, and I'm really interested in her Metahuman Files. I might go back to the Soulbound series. Don't know. I'd have to really be looking forward to it. So that's my review for A Ferry of Bones and Gold. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!